Hey guys, Jonah here, and I've just got back from the Qbrick factory tour with this Qbrick One box. This is their HD model in red, one of their organisers, and it's a tough old toolbox this. It takes a beating. The polycarbonate lid can take a whack. We've already put this box to the test a few times before, and it can handle some major abuse. But in this video, we want to take it to the next level and test out dropping it from a height with something delicate inside. We initially thought tools, but tools are pretty inherently tough in themselves. So what's better than tools? 14-year aged Jura whiskey and 4 bottles of it. And it'll be pretty unique, this one, because I'm cutting in big items. So I'll show you how to cut shadow foam and also some top tips to make it easier and get better results. So the plan is to drop it from a height, and if it survives the fall, we're going to be sending it to the Qbrick team with a thank you card. It's quite the quirky project this week. So 3, 2, 1. Blow me neck. Right, so first step of the process is we're going to give this toolbox a major upgrade, and that is with a pair of shadow foam inserts. Now here are some I made earlier. We've got a 30mm and a 50mm red insert, and we're going to switch out the long totes that are in this organiser. Now in the Milwaukee Packout organiser, the super deep one and the D-Wall and the Flex, what they have is thin organiser will have a moulding in the middle that splits it into 3 pieces, and then the super deep organiser has a partition across the top. It kind of makes the space a little bit awkward to deal with. That is one thing I really like about the Qbrick system. They have a lot more options, and the boxes, not only are they tough and solid, but there's a lot of flexibility in what you have inside it. You're not restricted by those extra ribs, and they've got long totes for like cable ties, socket extensions, pry bars, levels, longer stuff that you can't get in most organisers, you can get in a Qbrick because they've got long totes, some short totes, they've got loads of options. But for this one, we're upgrading it to shadow foam. So we've got a 30mm and a 50mm red insert, which we're going to be using to organise the whiskey. These are currently £44 each, that's what I paid for them. And they're going to be a gift for the Qbrick team, if they can survive the fall. And I thought also some Scotch whiskey was the best thing to send the very hospitable team. So one is for Jackosh, the owner of Qbrick, one is for Lucas, the UK sales director, Marcin, the overall sales director, and Bart, the brand manager. They are the 4 key Qbrick team members that really made the trip special. They were a very hospitable team, and not only did they show us around the factory, but they also took us out in Krakow and showed us a few of the sites, and we went out for dinner with them, and it was a great trip. So I'm going to be showing you how to cut shadow foam inserts and sharing a couple of top tips along the way. Now the first little trick to make sure I get a really nice layout, everything's equal and everything's lined up, is to use some masking tape and create a really simple grid. So all I have to do is take some basic masking tape, any masking tape will do. We literally are just having the width of the masking tape gap at the bottom. And if we line all the bottles up nice and square to that, we'll have them all perfectly in line. We can also do the exact same thing at the top of the bottles to make sure that they all line up top and bottom. And the same left to right. The actual space in between the bottles doesn't matter too much, as long as it's equal, but there is plenty of room left to right, there's loads of room. What we do really want is that the gap along the bottom and the side is the same. So I'll also run a quick strip of masking tape down the left and the right hand side. And by doing this, I don't even need to get a tape measure. I can literally just lay the bottles out and start cutting immediately. So once I've got my first bottle in position, all I'm going to use is a scalpel with a sharp blade. Now I'll be using a scalpel that comes in our cutting kits. These come free with most orders at shadowfoam.com, and in that kit you also get some anti-cut gloves. I usually wear a glove on my non-dominant hand, which is holding the object, because that's the hand in harm's way basically. I'll be holding the bottle with that, and then I'm just going to be trace cutting around the bottle, and at this point I'm literally just capturing the silhouette on the foam. I'm not cutting very deep at all, I'm just getting that profile. And I'm just holding the scalpel perpendicular to the foam, square to the edge of the bottle, to just get a nice straight cut and just capture that profile as accurately as I can. Once we've done that, we can take the item out of the way. And then this is the one simple trick. We are cutting all the way through. Now the pieces that I remove, I'm going to save to one side. I'm going to show you a really simple way to bond the 2 layers together, make sure they're stuck fully all the way around, and you're not going to have to worry about masking off. So let me cut all the way through, and then that's the first bottle done. And you can see that is the first item done. Now we're going to use the exact same technique on the other side. And it's always best to start with the edges because I can get those perfectly lined up, and then I can split the difference in the middle. So same again on the left hand side. So that is the second one done, and as you can see, I've got my left and right nice and evenly matched, and it's a lot easier now to get the center position for these two. And I just want a nice even gap. I want the bottles to be square. I've got my grid lines top and bottom to make sure they are nice and evenly spaced, and then I'm going to use the exact same technique to cut those in, and again we're cutting all the way through. So the insert is already looking a lot better, but I've not quite finished cutting yet because I do need to add some sort of finger pull to get the bottles in and out. These bottles fit perfectly now, but obviously I want to glue a base layer on this. I want to put it in the case, and I don't really want somebody having to tip the case up to get the bottle out. I want them to be able to get the bottle out nice and easily, and I think it's a natural kind of go at the neck here. So all I'm going to need is one of our stencil kits and a ruler, and essentially I'm going to be going for a semicircle either side of the bottle spout basically, and I'll probably go halfway down just so it looks nice, and we'll go for a 30mm hole. So we'll go for 30 centimeters down off the top of the stencil. I'm just going to cut a semicircle there, and I'm not going to cut all the way through the foam. I don't think that's quite necessarily. We just need to go about halfway. And to get a really nice quick finish, instead of peeling it, I can just use one of our smoothing spinners, go down about halfway, put it in any drill. I've got it in a little impact gun here, spin that up, and you can see I've got a perfectly flat finish, and I can do the same on both sides. Right, so that's the first one done. Let me do the other three. So there we go, that is all of the finger pulls cut, that is all of the foam cutting done, and all of the foam finishing done. And that's all the hard part done, and even then, it wasn't very hard. It was pretty quick, pretty easy. I think I've been on this for like 10 minutes, probably tops. And now we get to the one trick, which makes this whole process a really top quality finish. This is the base layer. By putting that there, you can see already, we've got a really good quality insert. How do we stick the two together? Well, we use shadow foam spray adhesive. Now, to get really good adhesion on this, it's really important that you get glue on both sides. And you may be thinking, how am I going to get all that glue evenly spread on here with a spray can without getting glue on the inside? You do not want glue on the inside of these inserts because they're going to stick to the bottle and they're going to make the bottles all sticky. They're not going to look good. They're not going to come out of the insert. Well, that is why we saved all of these little badges over here. We saved them all because now we can go back through and put them all back in. And what they are essentially doing is protecting and masking off the foam. We don't have to worry about overspray. With all of those back in there, I can spray freely all over the sheet and then take these inserts back out. For the other side, something you have to be aware of is we don't want to get glue on the base of where the bottle's going to go. So for that, I have another tip. But one thing at a time, let's cover this in glue. Now, once the glue is a little bit tacky, it's not quite tacky yet, but it's getting there. It's getting there. Now, we have to have glue on both sides really for it to stick properly. So let's stick that down on there. And now we can lift our top layer off. We have to be really quick with this because it's really important that everything stays tacky. So we can lift this off, keep all of those on the foam. We can use that as a little spacer to make sure they're all in the right position. And now we can go back round and put glue in the negative space. Now we can move the bottles out of the way and you can see no glue is on the base foam there. We've got lovely clean areas. This is tacky. Let's place it on nice and quick. And I can feel they have immediately grabbed really, really solid. And that is it. That is a perfect insert, and then all of these can stick together. They can all go in my recycling. And that is a perfect insert. That is a really nice smooth bottom. The bottles are going to fit. I can get a little bit of a wipe and just wipe around the edges. I'll do that now actually. And there we have it. That is the insert all glued together. I've got a tiny bit of overspray on the outside here. As long as you let that fully dry, it won't be sticky down the side of your case. You can see the bottoms of the inserts are perfectly clean. The top's all nice and clean, and we've got a really good, strong bond there all the way around, even on these tiny little baffles that are like in between the bottles. All we've got to do now is put the whiskey bottles in there. They are fitting absolutely lovely in there. That is perfect. And hopefully the guys at Qbrick are all happy with a bottle of Jora each. 14-year-old. Let's pop it in the case. I can't think of a safer way to ship 4 Scotch whiskey bottles than in shadow foam in a Qbrick red case. Right, so I've finished cutting all of the foam and organising the bottles of whiskey in the case. They're all safely stowed inside this case, and we're going to drop it from the room above the set. It's going to be a 3.8 metre drop, and we'll see. We'll see if it survives. To be honest, this is higher than I thought, actually. I thought it feels like this is a proper heavy going test. So, right, 3.8 metres drop test, 4 bottles of £44 whiskey, over £180 worth of whiskey. Let's hope that these survive the drop. 3, 2, 1. Blow me neck. That, fair play, that looks pretty promising. Let's go and check it. Right, let's give it a look. We can see it looks okay from this side. That is flipping awesome. I was actually a bit worried then. 1 bottle perfect. 2 bottles perfect. 3 bottles perfect. And for a full house, what a job that is. That is amazing. So shadow foam and Qbrick HD boxes is the ultimate solution to protect your gear, because that, I don't think there is a truer test than that. That is pretty amazing. Right, next stop for this case is the Qbrick factory and the Qbrick team in Poland. So big thanks to the Qbrick team for hosting us at the factory. If you've not seen the factory tour by now, go and check it out, because it's really, really interesting behind the scenes look at how they make these toolboxes from start to finish. And it was a fascinating insight. I really loved it. And if you want to buy a Qbrick toolbox, we sell the entire range of Qbrick boxes in black and red at topnotchtools.co.uk. That is my brand new website for tools and toolboxes that aren't currently fully available in the UK. So we've got Magnum tools, Rapid Edge tools, and the full Qbrick lineup. So go and grab yourself a Qbrick system, and for every £150 you spend on Qbrick toolboxes, you're also going to get £25 worth of shadow foam vouchers to get your boxes decked out in shadow foam. So there is no better time to upgrade your system to a Qbrick and upgrade the Qbrick boxes with shadow foam inserts. So thanks for watching the video. I'm pretty happy with that test. I'll see you in the next one.